Both better and worse than the last bit.
Yeah, it's like creepy, but the opposite way.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get into it. From Russia with Love, minute 20. I'm Brian.
And I'm Brad.
This is the podcast that takes the longest running, smoothest, suavest, most debonair spy franchise around and shakes it out 1 minute at a time, never stirred. Because this is Bond.
Minute Bond.
And good sir, what happened in this minute?
Oh, he uses his beeper to go back to his car to call Moneypenny.
I will say I didn't expect his car to be there.
And like have like a traditional phone in the passenger seat, I guess, because you drive on the opposite side. So
Yep.
I assume that's the passenger side.
Yep.
Even though the steering wheel kind of looks middle-ish, but might be just the way the camera is.
It's just the way the camera is.
So yeah, he goes to his car, picks up his phone, gets to have a wonderful, quippy conversation with Moneypenny about reviewing an old case,
Yeah.
aka Sylvia Trench.
Yeah. So the reason I said better and worse was one, she is assertive. She gets on the phone with his job and says he's not coming. Worse, because I mean, if it's in private and there's a little Dom sub going on, hey, you do you. But like when he just behave, I would have expected that more out of Austin Powers, like we were mentioning last minute. Except I would have expected the woman to smack his hand and him say, "Oh, behave."
Yeah, but like she takes it in stride, because then she's like, she kind of like rolls her eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
And she's like, last time he said that, or what does he say before this? He says, we'll have to do this another time very soon.
Yeah.
And then she says, last time you said that you ran off to Jamaica. I haven't seen you in 6 months, and starts like unbuttoning his front buttons, like, hey, we can still rock this out here.
Yeah, she's also not respecting his boundaries, although he already disrespected hers. So I don't know who's ultimately at fault of wrongdoings. I did like that she said, do what? I thought she was mentioning like, we haven't done anything this time, not hearkening back to Jamaica.
Yeah. And then Moneypenny, again, I love this Moneypenny because this Moneypenny sends a ton of quips all the way through the movies. So she's right there with James. I mean, she's all the way to the end. I would say she's probably, well, she plays in most of the Moneypenny, so there's really only two, but I would say she's easily the better Moneypenny. She's like, oh, your old case sounds interesting, knowing exactly who that person is.
Wait, so how many Moneypennies have there been in the whole franchise?
I believe it's only two, because I think she runs all the way through Pierce Brosnan.
She's in Pierce Brosnan's?
I'm pretty sure.
She's the one that puts on the this is how much I remember the Pierce Brosnan. She puts on those goggles or whatever that show a false place, or kind of like VR goggles, and she imagines making out with him. Like that's the same one from back in the 60s?
I'm gonna double check here.
Because I know Eve Moneypenny, but
yeah.
That's a evolved version, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's literally just Eve Moneypenny and this actress, that's
she goes all the way to 85 of You to Kill. So she goes through the first one of Timothy Dalton then.
Okay.
So she's not okay, but either way, still the best Moneypenny by far.
I will say, cute as a button when she does her little hand claps, Sylvia Trench.
Oh,
cute as a button.
when all of her protests, she finally gets her way. Have an extra half hour.
Yeah, if it was like I've won, ha 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 ha, then I'd be like, all right, that's kind of gross. But like just the idea that anybody would be like, I'm gonna have sex. Mm-hmm. It's just, I thought it was fucking adorable.
Yeah, because she looks away and bites her bottom lip and does that little hand clap, like, yeah, all my protesting.
Yeah, it just But to be clear, I think it's cute in a vacuum. the
Yes.
the other weird shit around it, the people need a therapist to come in and be like, okay, this behavior is not okay. But just that tiny little I thought it was cute as fuck. But
But
yeah,
we cannot forget the ending of the scene.
a beautiful transition.
Yep. From him opening up the convertible's hood to basically close it to give him a little bit more privacy, to opening up a door and doing his traditional hat throw sequence.
Yeah.
And that tradition stands for quite a while. We'll get to it in farther movies, but there's one time where he comes in, he goes to throw his hat, and I think Moneypenny says, "Oh, he moved it," meaning M, and it's right next to the door, so he can't throw it. He just has to put his hat there. And there's a couple times where it's like fuzzy out of frame, and he throws it, and then as he walks by, you can see the hat jiggling on the hat rack. So I mean, it's a very traditional scene that they'll do for quite a while. I think they've stopped doing it. Roger Moore, I think Timothy Dalton might have had one, but I think they stopped doing that kind of at the Roger Moore era.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if they did it in Skyfall, and I just hadn't caught it because I didn't know it was a tradition yet. But I mean, I can't imagine Daniel Craig with a hat.
Yeah.
As Bond,
I mean,
as weird as that sounds.
It would have been cooler since it was the 50th anniversary or whatever for No Time to Die.
Oh yeah,
right, 50. It would have been cooler since they did.
Oh wait, no, Spectre did that, right?
Okay, what was No Time to Die? Wasn't that an anniversary, or was that just the 25th?
That was just the 25th, I think.
Okay, it would have been cooler since they did all the other things, including sampled music from most of the Bonds. Did a lot of other cool things. It would have been cool to bring this hat throwing back. Even if it was just like he had a hat in his hand or somebody gave him a hat and he threw the hat to the hook.
No, you were right. Skyfall commemorated James Bond's 50th anniversary.
You said that, and I didn't.
I said Spectre. You said Skyfall. I was wrong.
Okay. Yeah. But it would have been cool. It would have been cool if No Time to Die, since I did everything else, wrapping up a bunch of things, like I said, sampling the music from most of the Bonds just as little trinkets through the movie, if they would have done a hat throw just to bring it back.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that if they didn't do a hat throw in Skyfall, considering how much the director didn't care about breaking, or how obsessed the director was to get us back to the status quo. You know what I mean?
That was what, Sam
Mendes, yeah.
Mendes, yeah.
By the way, I'm gonna drop this in the Discord messages, but I'm about a third of a way through Calvin Dyson's No Time to Die, a huge in-depth review video, and it's delightful so far. I think you'd really enjoy it.
Okay.
I think he's the first Bond expert I ever came across, and I have since stopped watching almost all his videos because they are very much ranking all the bad guys through the Bond or ranking the things like that, and I'm like, spoilers. I just can't.
There are a lot of good bad guys, a lot of good heavies. We're gonna meet some here in the Roger Moore era that are fantastic, that are iconic. So,
but the reason I mentioned that is because he was talking about a lot of the callbacks throughout the history of the Bond movies that are present in No Time to Die. So I think you would enjoy it even more than I am so far.
Yeah, and I don't think, if I remember right, I don't think they didn't sample every Bond movie, but they sampled a lot of them. Yeah. And they did a lot of callbacks, especially to On Her Majesty's Secret Service. They really bring back that movie quite a bit. In No Time to Die, it's really prevalent, and some of the wording and some of the choices that they say, about all the time in the world and stuff like that, because it harkens to the same, it follows the same plot lines to some degree.
All right, I'll tease lightly, but they also sample from, because you still haven't seen it, I understand, I'm sorry, but they also sample from Mission Impossible movies, because in the first trailer when he says we all have our secrets, that has to be a straight lift from Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
Maybe Daniel Craig's a fan. I would never know. I've never seen these movies.
Sorry, I'll get to that one. I know we need to start that one soon.
I'm too busy watching 1954's Godzilla, so I can't.
How is that?
Busy. So far so good. I mean, some of the effects don't hold up very well, but they crashed a helicopter, and it literally is just a toy helicopter sitting in front of like a hand-built city. And as they pull back, it's just like, okay, that looks worse and worse the farther you get back.
You just
stop
see
now?
you see the hands at some point.
No, it's like, all right, well, made in Japan by Mattel. Yeah, that's clearly a toy. Can we stop now?
As the last thing before we wrap up, I love that M is holding a folder that just says secret.
Yeah. Not even top secret. It's just a secret. It's secret. It's James Bond is actually afraid of spiders. That's the secret.
It's a file, secret file.
Yep, not even top secret or confidential, just secret.
Anything else for this minute, sir?
Nope, I love it. We're finally starting to step into James Bond. A lot of this built up for the rest of the movie, but we're finally starting to step into the title character. So it's fun, a lot of fun.
By the way, I'm totally prepared for Terrence Young's third and I believe final Bond film to have the first 60 minutes be villains.
No, I don't think it's that bad. But the next movie is probably my favorite Connery, so I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, pour one out for Terrence Young. That the one film he stepped out on is everyone's favorite.
And then he turns around. Doesn't he do Thunderball?
He does Thunderball.
And Sean Connery, like at this point of his career, just was getting tired of Bond and Thunderball. So that acting is terrible.
Oh, that's a bummer. I remember hearing the story of how he chose to quit when he was in Japan or Tokyo or somewhere, and a photographer puts his camera over the bathroom stall to take pictures of him while he's taking a shit. He's just like, I'm done.
Yeah, I can understand.
Yeah.
I mean, when you start taking pictures of me taking a deuce, I'm out. Peace.
Unless you're Steve Zaragoza.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but
he's a YouTuber. I forget what he was talking about, something benign, and then he just slowly keeps pulling out until it's clear that he's on the toilet covering his junk. He's just like talking about something idiotic, completely unrelated.
Yeah, if I was doing it for a joke, that's one thing, but like paparazzi sticks his camera over there, probably.
Yeah,
I'm probably done with you. My name is not Brian.
My name is not Brad.
And that was money.
Every penny of it. Every secret penny.
Just the secret, not top secret.